The perception that Asian people have small eyes is a stereotype that oversimplifies a complex range of physical features found in various populations. However, to explain the differences in eye shape and appearance, we need to look at genetics, evolution, and the unique anatomical features that are more prevalent in some East Asian populations. 1. Epicanthic fold. One of the key physical characteristics that contribute to the perception of smaller eyes is the presence of the epicanthic fold. This is a fold of skin that runs from the upper eyelid down to the inner corner of the eye. It can obscure the inner corner of the eye, giving the appearance of narrower eyes. What it does, the epicanthic fold alters the visible shape of the eye, making the eye appear more almond-shaped or smaller from the front. Where it's found, this fold is particularly common in East and Southeast Asian populations, but it is also found in other groups, such as some Native American populations and certain Arctic populations like Inuit people. 2. Genetics. Eye shape is influenced by genetics, and there is great variation within and between populations. Different populations have evolved distinctive traits due to the environments they lived in and genetic inheritance. Why the epicanthic fold evolved? It is believed that the epicanthic fold might have developed as an adaptation to cold or windy climates, such as those found in northern Asia. The fold could have helped protect the eyes from environmental factors like wind, cold, and UV radiation. This feature likely became more common in certain populations over generations due to genetic selection. Genetic diversity. While some East Asians may have eyes that appear smaller due to the epicanthic fold, others may have eyes that are larger or shaped differently. Eye size itself, meaning the actual diameter of the eye, is not necessarily smaller, and there is significant variation in eye shape and size within Asian populations. 3. Facial bone structure. Another factor that affects eye appearance is the underlying bone structure of the face, particularly the brow ridge and the way the eyelids are positioned relative to the eye. Brow ridge. In many East Asian populations, the brow ridge may be less pronounced than in some other populations, which can make the eyes appear more recessed or less prominent. Orbital region. The shape of the bones surrounding the eye socket orbital bones also affects the way eyes look. In some East Asian populations, the eye sockets may be shallower or more rounded, which can make the eyes appear smaller. 4. Cultural stereotypes. The stereotype of small eyes is often based on superficial appearances and does not reflect the diversity of physical traits found within any group. It's important to note that the concept of small eyes is culturally constructed and is tied to Western perceptions. Many individuals of Asian descent have larger, rounder, or wider eyes that do not conform to this stereotype. 5. Eye size versus shape. There is a common confusion between small eyes and narrow or slanted eyes. The actual size of the eye, the eyeball's diameter, doesn't vary significantly across different ethnicities. What varies is the shape of the eye and the way the eyelids frame it. Perception. The epicanthic fold and different eyelid structures can make eyes appear smaller or differently shaped, but it's a matter of appearance rather than actual size. Many East Asians have what could be considered large or deep-set eyes, but the fold and eyelid structure can make them appear smaller. 6. Evolutionary perspective. The diversity in eye shape and size can be seen as a result of human migration and adaptation to various climates and environments. These physical features have evolved over thousands of years and are shaped by the specific challenges that different populations faced. Protection from elements. The epicanthic fold, for example, may have been an adaptation to environmental factors like extreme cold, UV radiation, or dry conditions. In some areas, having a reduced visible eye area could have helped people avoid snow blindness or kept sand and dust out of the eyes. 7. Variability across Asia. Asia is a vast and diverse continent, home to over 4 billion people with hundreds of distinct ethnic groups, languages, and cultures. The appearance of eyes varies significantly among populations. East Asia. In countries like China, Japan, and Korea, the epicanthic fold is more common, but even within these populations, there is a wide range of eye shapes. Southeast Asia. Southeast Asian populations, like those in Thailand, Vietnam, or Indonesia, often have more varied eye shapes, and some may have larger or more prominent eyes compared to East Asian populations. South Asia. South Asians, including people from India and Pakistan, tend to have different eye shapes, often characterized by larger, more rounded eyes without the epicanthic fold, though variability is high. The notion that Asian people have small eyes is an oversimplified stereotype that fails to account for the complexity of human genetics, evolutionary adaptations, and cultural diversity. The perceived smallness of eyes in some East Asian populations is largely due to the presence of the epicanthic fold and differences in the structure of the eyelids and facial bones. However, it's important to remember that human physical traits are highly variable and cannot be easily generalized based on ethnicity. Physical diversity should be celebrated, and we should avoid reinforcing stereotypes based on superficial appearances. It's also important to recognize that the term small eyes is a subjective interpretation. People from all ethnic groups have a wide range of eye shapes and sizes. Differences in how we perceive these features are often influenced by cultural perceptions of beauty and may not accurately reflect the diversity found within each group. Physical traits such as the appearance of the eyes in East Asian populations are a result of genetic factors shaped by environmental conditions over time. However, it is important to avoid making generalizations, as there is significant individual variation within all ethnic groups. If you like the content, don't forget to like and subscribe for more contents.